Andreas, why do you say in your book that most cancers, if not all, will disappear by themselves? What about medical intervention?
Well, as I mentioned, the body produces cancer cells all the time. And the reason the body is doing that is to keep the immune system activated. We do that in many different ways. We allow our body to be exposed to bacteria, to viruses, and the like, in order to sustain immunity. Even parasites. There's a new study that just came out and showed that if you are allowing your body to be exposed to parasites, and we all have them in our body, we have to have them, you are creating a part of the immune system. You're literally developing a very strong part of one wing of the immune system that keeps the body healthy. And that is, they showed when the parasites are missing, you are becoming susceptible to asthma, for example, or other allergic reactions.
Parasites.
Yes. So what we are doing in our society is washing our hands constantly,
yes.
which is, we think that's an advance of society.
Germs.
It is backward. We need the germs.
We need
have
the germs.
a lot of bacteria growing on our skin, and the bacteria keep the skin healthy and protected, and prevent invading organisms to infiltrate us. So by getting rid of all of that, by killing things like bacteria, the immune system becomes lazy. It literally loses strength in that particular area.
So it's saying, what do I do if I don't have germs to fight?
Exactly. It is not used. When we are developing cancer cells, that keeps the immune system active and alive. And therefore, the body is always healing itself of cancer all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So it is, but there are certain tumors that grow because in response to conflict, which I discussed before. So a lot of people are walking around with cancer and they never even know. And when you do, they did autopsies on people that crossed over their past, that died, and they found that up to 55 or 60% of them had tumors in their body, cancerous tumors, and they were never diagnosed, for them. They didn't die from the tumors, they didn't die from cancer, they died from other natural or other accidents or whatever. So they never died from them. So it really shows that a huge number of cancers that people have are never leading to their demise. So the cancer itself is not the killer that it is made out to be. And tumors come and go. Literally 95% of all tumors, they come and go by themselves. So the body heals them when the stress and the contamination, the blockages are resolved, when they started changing their diet, and so they may have had a cancer and they never, you never know, because it will never, develop, or it will regress. So our body knows how to heal cancer if we change the environment, the dietary habits. When we get more sunlight, for example, people have more tumors in the winter. Why? Because vitamin D is low.
Okay.
And that's when people catch colds and the flu. Why do people catch the flu? You don't catch the flu.
They talk about being confined and there's more germs.
You're indoors, you have more germs, but the germs themselves are growing in the body when there is you don't go out, you don't walk, you're not having enough sun exposure, therefore you don't make enough vitamin D. 85% of Americans are vitamin D deficient. Many of them severely vitamin D deficient. Every cancer patient is vitamin D deficient. That should tell us something.
A lot.
There's a new study that just came out 2 days ago, and from one of the universities, I can't recall, Creighton University, and it showed that 77% of all cancers can be avoided by having normal vitamin D levels.
77%.
77%. So if anything, in medicine would have a 77% like success rate, it would be the drug number one in the world forever. It would be like an astonishing thing. Chemotherapy, in comparison, has a success rate of 2.3% in America, 2.1 in Australia. Radiation doesn't fare any better, 2.1, 2.2%. So the treatments versus the treatment of sunlight, sun exposure, creating vitamin D, there's no comparison. So where our focus is, and the American Cancer Society doesn't even mention vitamin D, even though there are dozens and dozens of great studies that have been done in the last 3 decades that show that vitamin D is the crucial steroid hormone. It's not a vitamin, it's a steroid hormone, it's just called vitamin, that is produced in response to sun exposure, sunlight. That when you have normal vitamin D, you don't catch colds, you don't have the flu, you don't get sick, you don't get cancer, you don't get most of the illnesses, diabetes, heart disease, they're all related to low vitamin D levels.